Yo guys, what is going on? It's your boy Bless, and today we're gonna be rocking some console settings here in Modern Warfare 3. Now that Modern Warfare 3 is here, we can actually dive into together, and I can guys give you a little idea of what you guys can use in multiplayer if you guys are multiplayer people or Warzone or DMZ or whatever. This is gonna be like a video to help you guys out there, whether you're on console or PC. PC may have a little bit more options, but this is mainly like a console video, so I want to go ahead and dive into this really fast and try to give you guys like a little an idea of what you should be using just to help you guys out, just to perform better in multiplayer, in my personal opinion. So let's go ahead and dive into it though. I don't want to jump anything crazy or waste anybody's time or anything. So I kind of want to start off with controller. So this is going to be self-explanatory, but this is like personal preference things for a lot of you guys out there. Obviously you want to play on controller, but aim doesn't mine personally, edit button layout, I have this set to default because I think it's more better for my controller than, because I used to play tactical back in the day, but now that I have an Xbox Elite 2 controller, I kind of just play with default because I don't know, it's more chill on my hands and all that stuff. So I think that's the best one for me. But again, that one's personal preference. You guys can choose any of those, whatever you like. There's really not a lot of settings in here that I don't want to go through as crazy, but I kind of want to dive into dead zone inputs. If you guys don't know what that is, that's pretty much like stick drift on your controller. So if you're not holding your controller and your character's like gun, it's like moving like very, very slow or left or right, that's stick drift, and you kind of want to like fix that. So this is what that is. So you kind of want to like set your inputs very low. You want to kind of keep them low as possible. But for me as a player, I've been like rocking and trying to test this out for days. And I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I've been getting, I'm not gonna lie, mollywopped, steamrolled in multiplayer because a lot of people have their settings, the tune the way that they want it. But for me, I didn't really mess with this as much. So I've been messing around with this for the last day or two. So me, I have my left stick at 5, my left stick max at 50. I kind of turned it down because, again, you kind of want to like stay on target with your enemies and stuff like that. For my right stick mid, I have it at 10, again at 90. I didn't really mess with this one, but this one really doesn't mess with me as much. But again, this is my personal preference. You guys can test this out too, so that's a nice, really cool feature they added. But yeah, you guys can try these settings. Again, every controller is different, every person is different, but this is like a little idea as well, so just keep that in mind. I think that's it for controller. So let's go ahead and hit aiming. All right, I have my aiming and my my sensitivity at 6.6, and this is kind of like a competitive, or you're just like a chill person that just want to like relax, or you're not trying to like keep your eyes rolling like all times, like crazy sensitivity. But for me, as a guy that likes to like play and just chill with the vibes on stream. By the way, you guys should definitely follow me on Kick, Twitch, and Twitter. Make sure y'all follow my socials. I'll link those in the description below, by the way. But yeah, this is I have mine at 6.6. Again, you guys can toy around with this. My best tip though, you guys can start low, like 6, and then work your way up every couple weeks. That's how you'll get better with sensitivity and reaction time and stuff. But for me, I like sticky aim. I like to stay on target when I'm shooting at enemies. So I like to keep my sensitivity at 6, maybe 7. Maybe I'll change it in the future. Let's see here. Multipliers. We can go ahead and go down here to aim response curve time. Oh, tactical. Keep this at 1. You don't want to change this at all. This is probably the best one in my opinion. But for aim response curve time, I have this set to dynamic. Now, a lot of YouTubers and streamers will tell you guys to use dynamic right off the rip, but I think all of them work pretty well. It just depends on your playstyle. So I would say definitely test out all 3 and play a few rounds with them and see which one works better for you. But for me, dynamic was the better choice for me. I've also played linear during Modern Warfare 2, but for this game, I think dynamic is even better. I don't know why. That's just a theory, like a little superstition. They could be all the same, but dynamic for me was the best choice in my opinion. ADS multiplier focus, I kept this at 1. That's very important. You guys want to keep this at instant as well. Don't change it. Don't ask questions. Just keep it at instant. Trust me. I'll save you some time and you'll less rage. Trust me. Target aim assist, you definitely want to keep this on. If you want aim assist, obviously it helps you, it helps you keep on target with players who do use aim assist. Aim assist type, I have to set the default. Precision, focus, and blackout or black ops. These are all pretty good options, but for me, I think default is the best one, and I think a lot of people will agree with me on that. Default is probably the aim assist type that you want to use. Now, black ops used to be the king, but they nerfed it to the ground like either in season 2 of last year. So black ops is pretty much useless. But again, you can choose. You can play with all of them, see which one is better for you. But I like default in my opinion. Third person, I have it set at assist. Really don't need to mess with that one. Let's go ahead and move on to gameplay. Automatic sprint. This one's it depends. It really depends. If you really want to be like a movement god, like Joe or Mutex or whatever, people like that, I don't really know. You kind of want to leave this at automatic tactical sprint if you want to have the fastest, insane cracked out movement as possible. For me, I like to control mine. I like to control my movement, whether I want to, start sprinting or I want to like to stay walking somewhere. I can, like I said, I can just control when it's time for me to move and all that type of stuff. But I don't know. I might try this. I might play with this off. I don't really know yet, but I like automatic sprint. That's been working for me these past few days since the game's release. But yeah, that's up to you guys. But if you want some crazy movement, automatic tactical sprint is your best friend. Sprint, I have this at toggle, auto move forward, off, tactical sprint behavior, keep this at tap. Single tap, it's just better for your hands and it's better for your gameplay. Ground mantle, I have these turned off, but these are personal preference because most of these will get you killed most of the time. So I have these turned off. I have this. Oh, this is a new one they added. They didn't have this in the beta, but now that the launch is here, slide only. If you want to just slide cancel, if you just care about sliding, you don't really like dolphin diving, you want to have slide only. If you don't care about slide canceling and you like to dive, you want to have dive only here and not slide. But again, that's just y'all's choice. That's y'all's choice. So if you guys want to do that, but for me, I like the slide. I don't really care for dolphin diving like that. So slide canceling for me it's whatever. Plunge underwater, that's like a warzone thing. Free, I have this turn. Parachute, I have that off. Sprinting through doors, always keep that on. You don't want to just open a door. You kind of just want to just bash right through it. Ledge climbing behavior, I had this set to mantle only. Slide cancel sprint, definitely keep this on if you want to slide cancel. Aim down sight behavior, I have this set to hold. I don't see why anyone would do toggle. That's kind of insane. I give you respect if you do toggle, but hold is probably the best one. Sprint / tactical sprint / focus, you don't want to change that. You keep that there. Equipment behavior, I had it set to hold. This is like grenades and stuff like that. You don't want to just like toggle and it's just automatic throw it. Like if you want to like cook a grenade or something, you don't have to like, if you toggle it, it's just going to throw it. You can't just like cook it. You just have to like let it just go. But I like to hold it. So I like to cook my grenades or throwing knives or whatever. So keep this at hold. No questions asked. Just leave it there. ADS melee, that's the best one. That's self-explanatory. Weapon mount, exit delay, I had to set the medium. Tactical sprint activation, yeah, these are pretty much, some of these are pretty much like you don't want to mess with really. All right, interact / reload behavior, this is going to be like a zombies or maybe multiplayer or even warzone thing, but I always play with prioritize interact. I've been playing with that for the last since Warzone 1 or whatever, or whenever they had this feature. This is the best one in my opinion. You can just tap a reload and react and tap, you don't have to worry about holding to pick up something or holding to reload and all that stuff. This is the best one if you want to just like immediately just press your button one time and then it'll reload or whatever. Armor plates, you're going to set this to apply all, so it'll put all 3 plates on for you without you singly putting on a plate at a time. ADS stick swap, I have this turned off. Backpack control, this is stick. Yeah, these are, and the rest of these are you don't want to really mess with the others. That's whatever. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to graphics. I know some of you guys are probably looking forward to the graphics settings, and again, I play on Xbox, so keep that in mind. On demand texture streaming, I haven't had any issues since this game's launched, so I have this left on if you want like the most clean graphics ever and a lot of color. So you want to keep that on for sure. But if you're experiencing like packet bursts and all that type of stuff, you want to turn this off because I've heard last year, or I heard back in like Modern Warfare 2, that if you have this turned on, you'll have like a lot of like packet burst issues. But for me, I haven't had really any issues since the game came out, so I have this left on. Um, Weapon motion blur, I have this off. You gotta want to, you can just turn all of these off. It's not necessary. But this one here is very important. If you want the fresh and most sharpness gameplay ever, you definitely want to keep this on. I have this at 100 because again, I like seeing it. I don't know, I can see enemies pretty clearly with the strength always set to 100. But I like keeping this here, so you don't want to mess with that. If you're, this is stupid, you don't want to mess with that. That's stupid. I don't know why they even have this, but it's whatever. I have my refreshers at 120 refreshers because my monitor can support this game, so my 120 hertz is turned on for sure. Field of view is it's very a little shocking to some of you out there. Some of y'all prefer to play on 120 FOV because you want to see as much as possible. But for me, I've been struggling a lot though in this game since skill-based matchmaking is again cranked to the max. Period. So I've been toggling around, messing with a lot of FOV features, and I think 107 for me was my best because I've been playing a whole lot better at a lower sensitivity, especially if you're on console. Again, and it's a lot easier for me to, stay on track with people who are sliding and all that type of stuff. So I say, in my opinion, you guys stay at 107 FOV, or you can also play around with like 105 or 110 or 115, but 120 for me was not the case. And plus, it also helps your frames if you have a lower sensitivity or if you have a lower FOV. So keep that in mind as well as a console player. But yeah, 107 was my sweet spot. So I think I'm gonna stick with that FOV. Camera spectator, this always game perspective. I don't know why helmet cam is still in the game. Just get rid of it. Keep this one here. Brightness, I have this set to 55. That's also pretty self-explanatory. Safe area, this is your personal preference. You don't want to do it, you can just change it how you like. I think we're going to go ahead and go hit audio settings. Shout out to Exclusive Ace with the auto settings though. Eventually I think he'll say we'll have a audio test. He'll probably do some testing for audio settings, but for me, I think headphone bass boost is the best for now until we can get some testing done. So yeah, so definitely try that one out. There's a lot of good ones in here. If you have a TV, you obviously want to put this on TV. If you have headphones like I do, headphones bass boost, home theater, like speakers in the background, home theaters for sure. The rest of them I don't really know, but headphones bass boost is the best one. Master volume I have set this to 70. Game volume I have set to 6. Dialogue volume to 70. Effects, self-explanatory. Some of these didn't change in MW2. They're almost the exact same from back then. So it's not really that crazy. Voice chat I have set to on. Game voice, all this turned on because I want to hear people rage, and proximity chat. It's the best in this game. I love that. Yeah, this is it. This is it for audio settings. I don't really know what else to say. Oh, besides Juggernaut music, turn this off. Turn off Juggernaut music. It's dumb. I don't know why it's in the game. But yeah, some people like it, but me, I don't like it. But that's whatever. All right, we're gonna move on to interface. Interface, we have subtitles turned off, but I might turn this on though. I might, because the announcer, I may not hear the announcer say like enemy UAV overhead. You can always just read at the bottom if an enemy calls in a UAV. So that's pretty helpful. I'm not saying it's the most terrible feature. Subtitle size doesn't really matter. Language, that's your language. Minimap shape, always keep this a square. I don't see why anyone would use a circle, but some people would. Square is the best. You can see more around the map. Minimap rotation, keep this on. Horizontal compass, I could turn this off. There's really no point because there is red dots on the minimap, so there's really no point of having a compass there unless you're like that type of person that calls out enemies like, you know what I'm kind of getting at. I just don't find a point in using a compass in Call of Duty right now. Crosshairs, I have this set to static. Hit marker visuals, turn this on. A lot of people are different though, so I can't really say much about these. This is going to be, telemetry is going to be very important though. I have this serve latency turned on. I have packet alerts turned on. I don't really care for clock or connection meter, but you really want to know if you're lagging or the server's lagging, that's why I have packet loss turned on. If it's something wrong with my internet connection or the server itself, server latency, it'll tell you what your ping is most of the time. So I would highly recommend you guys turn these on so you'll know who the blame is when it comes to the game, when you're playing the games, and you can just, back out or let's find another lobby. That's pretty much it. I don't think I have anything else to say. I mean, I'm sure I've covered everything in this game. But that's pretty much it for console players out there. This can also work for PC players too, but PC players have more options. Obviously, this is mainly a console settings video. But I hope you guys enjoyed it though. It was great to make this little video for you guys. I make console settings videos a lot because they change things a lot, and I want you guys to have the best experience as soon as possible. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys enjoyed this content, make sure y'all drop a like and please consider subscribing. We are making some good moves, and I'm looking forward to this game's life cycle. Besides the skill-based matchmaking, again, skill-based matchmaking is trash. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys have a great day and stay blessed. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Much love. Peace.